what's up, everybody? I'm Zanny Cakes, and we are on the Project Diablo 2 open beta, taking a look at the skill trees for each of the different classes, looking at what's changed, what might be good, and overall trying to figure out what we're going to play for the season start on Friday. And this video is all about the Barbarian. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the skill trees. So in the War Cries tree, we have Howl. Sends nearby monsters screaming away in fear. They run for a while, and it's basically just a way to get everything away from you. Over here we have Find Potion. You use it on the corpse of a slain monster for the chance to find a potion. And that leads us down to Find Item. Use on a corpse of a slain monster to find hidden treasures. The Find Item can be extremely good, especially if you're running a Travancore Gold Find Barb. The Travancore Council members are very good targets to use Item Find on. We have Shout. Warns of impending danger and improves the defense rating of you and your party. You get defense for a duration, and it receives a longer duration synergy from battle orders and battle command. For battle orders, increases the maximum mana, life, and stamina of you and your party. So they changed this from being a percentage-based increase to a flat number. I'm not sure what the end result will be, if it will be more or less hit points than a vanilla battle orders would be. However, I think that with fairly decent gear, and especially if you're making a War Cries Barb, they can probably end up adding quite a bit of life and mana. You get synergies from Shout and Battle Command. Battle Command, increase all current skill levels for you and your party. It grants an additional skill level every 10 base levels. So if you put 20 hard points into this, you'll get +3 to all skills when you use it. And it also synergizes from Shout and Battle Orders to gain longer duration. We have Warcry. I really like that they moved Warcry to be a level 6 skill. You can actually use it to level with if you'd like to. It's got a ton of synergies, so you can actually max this out even if you wanted to. You simply don't have enough points. However, the added synergies mean that you can push the damage higher than it's been in vanilla. And overall, I think the Warcry Barbarians will be a very solid build. I'm interested to see how they do as far as leveling, and I think they will perform pretty well at end game. We have Taunt. Enrages a monster into relentlessly attacking. So basically it forces the monster to come and physically attack you. This is very good on ranged and caster things, as they will not cast spells. They will just simply walk up to you and hit you. Then we have Battle Cry, a fearsome cry that decreases enemies' defense rating and damage. So at level 1, it reduces their defense by 15%, and then also reduces physical damage resistance by 5%. That leads me to believe that this skill will actually be able to break physical immunities, and that is extremely good, especially if you are playing a War Cries Barbarian, as that way if you can break the physical immunities, then you won't have any problems with anything at all. And then over here we have Grim Ward. Use the corpse of a slain monster to create a frightening totem that increases the damage and attack rating for you and your party. At level 1, you get a 130 attack rating, 28% damage bonus, and it lasts for 40 seconds. Overall, I like the changes to Grim Ward. I think that it will be a pretty solid skill all around. I don't think that it will increase the damage that you do with Warcry. However, it will do increased damage for pretty much everything in the combat skills tree. So in the combat skills tree, we have Bash, powerful blow that has a chance to knock back enemies. It gets damage bonuses from stun and berserk, and then gets attack rating bonuses from concentration. Moving on, we have Stun. Stun your target for a short time and increase your attack rating. You gain bonus damage from Bash, you gain bonus attack rating from Concentrate, and then you gain a bonus to duration from Warcry. Leap leaps away from danger or into the fray. Leap speed is increased with each base level, and the knockback radius is 4.6 yards. So this means that you leap into the middle of a group of monsters, you will have a knockback around you, and overall is a very good mobility skill. Moving into leap attack. Leaps to and attacks enemies in a radius upon landing. Leap speed is increased with each base level. It gets damage synergies from leap and bash. I'm really interested to see with the AoE damage on it if it is a viable build to just completely focus on a leap attack build. Overall, I think that leap attack will be quite widely used in Project Diablo 2, and I'm interested to see how it goes. So we have Frenzy, allows you to swing 2 weapons at once. Each successful attack increases your overall speed, requires you to equip 2 weapons. So you get a bonus to damage, bonus to attack rating, bonus to attack speed, and it increases your run walk speed. It has damage synergies from double swing and stun. With the addition of almost all of the weapons in the game other than the caster weapons having splash built into them, I think that Frenzy builds will be very strong, and I've always personally really enjoyed Frenzy, so I'm excited to see how that goes. I think that Frenzy will be a very strong leveling build just because you have the added mobility and it does quite a bit of damage. We have double swing. When 2 weapons are equipped, attacks 2 targets if possible or 1 target twice. It's got a good bonus to damage, and then Frenzy is a synergy for 14% damage per level. And then we have double throw, allows you to throw 2 different throwing weapons at the same time. Weapons bounce to nearby enemies. I really like the change to have the weapons bounce, as it gives a sort of AoE type feel to it. Throw barbs are fairly lackluster in vanilla Diablo 2, so I'm interested to see how throw barbs end up performing on Project Diablo 2. We have Concentrate, attack that is not interruptible and improves attack and defense rating and converts physical damage to magic damage. It converts 2% of physical damage to magic damage per base level, and then increases the magic damage by 30%. It gives you a 20% defense bonus, 180% attack rating, and 70% damage at level 1. It is synergized from Bash, Battle Command, and then also gains a magic damage from Bash, as well as just the straight 6% to the overall damage of the skill. We have Berserk, a powerful but reckless attack that increases damage and attack rating, but decreases defense and physical damage resistance. It gives you a huge bonus to attack rating, huge bonus to damage. It gives you physical pierce, which will increase your damage even more. And then the drawback is that it gives you minus to your physical damage resistance, so you will take more damage from physical damage attacks. It gets more damage from taunt and combat reflexes. Overall, I like the change to the reduction to physical damage resistance. In vanilla, it simply will just take your defense down to 0, so you get hit by everything. I believe the Project Diablo 2 version is a much more viable way to keep Berserk as an actually good skill, and much less of a death sentence. And we have good old Whirlwind, a whirling dance of death that cuts a path through the legions of your enemies. At level 1, it's got a 50% damage bonus and 240% bonus to attack rating. Compared to vanilla Diablo 2, this is a pretty significant buff, as vanilla Diablo 2 takes, I think, 16 points before you are actually gaining positive damage. So having it start out at a 50% bonus damage is a very significant increase to the starting damage of Whirlwind. I've also heard that they increased your movement speed while you're whirlwinding, so you will actually move faster during your whirlwind animation. And I think that whirlwind barbs will be very strong in Project Diablo 2. Whirlwind Barbarians have always been one of my favorite classes, and I will definitely be making one. But there's other builds that I think will be very fun, like the Cries Barbarian, and I think a Thorns build with Taunt will also be a very viable build. So in the combat masteries, we've got General Mastery that increases your damage with swords, axes, and maces, as well as gives you attack rating and critical strike chance. Throwing Mastery gives you a pierce chance, so that's extremely good, as the more pierce that you can get, the better on throwing weapons. And then also gives you damage, attack rating, and critical strike. And then we have Polearm and Spear Mastery. It gives you damage, attack rating, and critical strike. Combat Reflexes increases stamina, hit recovery, and life. Increase max HP by 10 for every base level. And then you get 4% faster hit recovery and 30% bonus stamina at level 1. Increase speed, passive that increases your run walk speed. Always a very handy 1-point wonder type skill. Move speed is always good, and even with just 1 point and then a couple plus to skills on gear, make this talent extremely beneficial. We have Iron Skin, improves defense rating. I really like the change to Iron Skin, as it gives you a flat % defense bonus, and then every 2 base levels will increase your physical damage reduction by 1%. So they straight up just buffed that skill to add physical damage reduction on top of your defense bonus. I think that is an extremely good change and will make barbarians even more tanky. Natural resistance increases your resistances to elemental and poison damage. Again, another very good skill, even with just 1 point and some plus to skills in it. Having resistances will always be a good thing. So overall, I'm really excited about the Barbarian and Project Diablo 2. As I said, the Leap build I think will be a lot of fun. Warcry build I think will be very strong. The Whirlwind buff I think is extremely good and will make it a very powerful build on the Barbarian. And overall, I'm very excited to see how the Barbarians play out. So there you have it, guys. That's the Barbarian. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're planning on using as your season starter. We got a couple more days left until Project Diablo 2 goes live. And as always, good luck, have fun, and I hope to see you out there.